you're in chillaxin, just stay here. If you feel like you want to break and just come up into the high diver and come to stand, go ahead and come to stand. Anybody want to do another inversion?
I do.
Okay, cool. Otherwise, yeah, just come to stand. Remember to hold on to your leg loops when you come up.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah, that way it was a little, do you notice it just was a little bit unstable if we don't pull those? So that those are our stabilizers is what I call them. And then when we have them high, we're in high diver position. Okay, I'm going to meet you guys here. We're going to try the same, thank you guys. Yeah, feel free to take a break and take care of yourself if you need. We have about another 15 minutes of active, in case you're wondering, and then a nice long Shavasana, so we can do it. But this is great. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get into our upside down. So what we want to do when we're in our inversions is traction the spine out of the pelvis, right? So the more space that we get in the body, the more healing that happens. So if we can relax into that, we're going to open up all the connective tissue, and it's very powerful as a healing practice. Now, obviously, you have to work up to it. 30 seconds to a minute upside down is like very strong. So then in time, you'll be able to hang for 3 to 5 minutes, but don't rush it. Enjoy it as much as possible. So this is called our chill flow. Stay exactly where you are, unless you want to go further. We're going to open up our arms to a T. And then we're going to exhale and hug the leg loops towards us. Inhale, blossom for star. And then exhale, squeeze again. So you can just stay here in this little chill flow. Inhale, blossom for star. And then exhale, squeeze. If that's as far as you want to go today, totally understandable. This is a floating child's pose, which you can also take a break in whenever you need. For those that want to go further, we're going to go ahead and open up for star, and then squeeze the legs together for namaste. Make sure your arms are wrapped around, and then press your hips up, lean back. Beautiful. After namaste, hold on to the swing. Super important to wiggle. So get the swing across the hips. Once the swing is across the hips, we're again going to bring the legs wide and around and hook the feet in front. Okay? Our assistants will be there to help you if you need. Once you're in your inversion, go ahead and drop your arms down to the ground and hang out. Okay? Anybody need help? The legs go wide and around. So yeah, from the around. There you go. That's.
I just wanted to wrap.
So bring the legs together, bring the hands to prayer. Lean back. Press your hips up, lean back. Beautiful. Now hold on to the swing. Yes, keep leaning back and wiggle from side to side, down towards the ground. You are leaning back, but yeah, you just wiggle from side to side a little. Sorry for the butt grab. Okay. Now once you're there, you bring your legs wide and then around. Tailbone towards the sky. Yes. Yes. That little cue really helps people. And then what I do is I just give you a little lift to get this into a better spot. Now, usually we would do that before we go around, but doesn't that feel better? So next time, make it a little bit lower.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Take a break whenever you guys need. So hands down to the ground if you can relax. Just one more deep breath. Now, I want you guys to practice coming out of it as everybody's leg loops on. All right, cool. So reach up and grab for the swing between your legs. Bring your legs wide and around, and then come to sit. Bend your knees to land into chillaxin. I knew that one was going to come off. Isn't that fascinating?
You did.
I did. I was like, I did. Me and the leg loop had a conversation. Okay, good job, guys. How did that feel? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more chill flow. For anybody who wants to come into a back bend, we're not going to do the inversion. We're going to come into bow instead. The inversion is more of an advanced practice. I usually only do like beginner, your arms wrapped around the, more of a beginner flow. But the inversion is something we would add on, in a couple weeks or like maybe a month. So thanks for giving it a try. That's why I always ask. Some people are like, they don't want to leave a workshop without being upside down, right? Feeling they got jet. And other people are like, there's no way I'm going upside down today. Okay, one more chill flow. Then we're going to go into bow. Open the arms wide for a T. Exhale, go ahead and give yourself a big hug. Hang out there if you don't feel like continuing on. Otherwise, blossom for star. Expand the heart. So hips heavy, heart open. Right? Squeeze the legs together. Bring the hands to prayer for namaste. Maybe you just want to hang up here. Maybe this is your favorite pose, right? Push the hips up and lean back. So pretend like this is your inversion. Maybe this is as far as you need to go. If your head is pointing back and down towards the ground, that's enough. And if you want to move on, hold on to the swing. Let it slide into the waist. So you have to push it down a little bit, shimmy from side to side. And then bend the knees here. Keep holding on to the swing if this is enough of a back bend. And then for our fullest expression, you're going to reach back for your ankles. When you reach back for your ankles, you push your hips up and your heart open, straight arms. So it's a big pose. I only go as far as it feels good for today. Ooh la la. When you're ready, reach up and grab for the swing. If you're not already there, inhale, lift your head and drop your hips, come to sit. So bow on the ground is pretty hard to do, right? So again, just watch the visual for this one. If we get the swing nice and low, it actually feels good. I'm going to come right into the pose. But from here, which you guys couldn't see, we can press away, straighten the arms and lift the chest. Okay? It's like I thought she was talking to me. That's my recharge. Okay? So that's how we can come in and out of our back bends with a little bit of support. We use the swing as a bit of a spacer there so that it helps the lower back stay long and we can initiate our back bend from the heart. All right, let's go ahead and come back into our high diver. Let's give our underarms a break. Reach for your knees, please. Slide up the leg loops. Bicep curl. Understand. Beautiful. Let's come into a little bit of a lunge sequence and then we'll be done for today. And again, I'm just watching you guys, and if we feel like we need a break, we come up, and if we want to go deeper, then we add in some more of the advanced poses. So it really is a sampler of everything we can do with it. So in our lunges, we can keep the leg loops at our knees, or if we keep the leg loops higher, it's a little bit easier on the hips. So I'm going to give you like step 1 and then step 2 for anybody who wants to go deeper. Okay, so we're going to bring our legs wide. So we're going to lean back so we can identify the leg loops, right? So hold on to your leg loops. I like the top, if possible. And then we're going to bend just the right knee and push it out to the side. So push that leg loop away. So it's like we're coming into a warrior 2, but we're floating on one side. There you go. Push it down, spread out. So this way, spread out a little bit more. There you go. Perfect. If you're nice and long, you can extend past your neck. Perfect. So I call this like bow and arrow too, because it's like, feel like you're shooting an arrow out from that leg loop, and just hang out there and feel the stretch, let it feel good. And then we're going to change sides. So first of all, we're going to float so that we can try doing this on the other leg, and then pull the right leg up and leave the left one there. There you go. Perfect. You can change legs in different ways, but get that into the hip crease and make sure it's comfortable. And then press, press, press. Right? So lift and open the heart. That's it, Ellen. Beautiful. And straighten the arms so the shoulder is engaged. Beautiful. Isn't that nice? So sometimes lunges can be really hard, and so this is our easier version. We're going to go back to side 1 with 2 options. This is a really good option, so don't feel like you need to go any further than this if this is like your jam. Okay, so let's go ahead and float. Back to chillaxing. Very good, guys. Stay here if you want to do a little bit more of an advanced lunge. We're going to pull ourselves up, keep the right knee bent, and roll onto the top of the left. So we're doing our floating lunge. If that feels too much, slide the foot down and ground the left leg and let this be your lunge again. Okay? Either way is fine. But if we're here, then we straighten the back arm. Okay, there you go. So bend the right knee. Oops. God, we have several anchors, right? So let me show you one more time. So you're going to, everyone's good, stay where you are. So you're going to bring the left foot down and press the right leg up. So put leg loops. Hold on to the leg loops, please. Biceps.
I wasn't going to do it.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Okay, cool. So back arm straight. Is everybody happy? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I call it a roundabout. So we lean back, sink back into it. Keep the left knee bent and roll onto the top. Hold on to the leg loops. Reach forward for the leg loops. And then pull. There you go. Now this is a big stretch on the hips. Can you square the hips towards the ground instead of towards me? hip points down, so you have to kind of shimmy. So Kelly, try shimmying onto the top of the thigh. Roll that hip down. That's it, yeah. You can put your foot on the floor to help. That's great.
I'm trying to get okay.
Works. Okay, great, guys. One more time. Let's do a little roundabout here. Roll into the top of the right. Roll into the top of the left. Pardon me. Great knee bend. So we're going to do a little seesaw action. This is really fun. So we're going to pull with the left arm and press with the right arm. Switch sides. Just with the arms. Keep the legs as they are. There you go. So square the hips towards the ground. Rotate that hip down. Yeah. Pull with the left and press with the right. Okay, or take a break. All right. So if we change arms, so we pull with the right and press with the left. There you go. And then pull with the left and press with the right. And do that a couple times back and forth. And this is our seesaw. Isn't that fun? See, I told you it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
All right, start to slow your roll. Come on back to center. Do a little roundabout. Hold on to your leg loops the whole time. Shift your hips back. Bend the left knee. Roll into the top of the right. See if you can get that nice stretch of the hip pointing down. And then first we press right arm back. Pull with the left. And then bend the right elbow, pull, and press left arm straight. So switch sides, Ellen. Pull back with the right, and then press the
I'm doing this. I'm resting this.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. And then we switch. So we pull with the left, and then pull with the right, and then pull and press. Pull and press. There you go.
Peter Pan.
That's all right. This is kind of our grand finale here. It's kind of some of the play performance stuff that I do. Everybody loves it because we're opening up our hips, but it's kind of distracting, right? It doesn't distract us from the tightness. Beautiful, guys. That's great. Okay, so let's go ahead, come back in. So we're all going to come back to our chillaxing pose, take our leg loops off, get a little break here. I want you to stay seated. Take one leg loop off at a time. Selena, will you help her? Stay seated. Anybody need help? Getting this off? There you go. It's a little easier to get them off sometimes. All right, walk yourself back. So I invite you to get a little sip of water. Anything that you need. It feels pretty good in here, but if you needed a long sleeve or something else to prepare for our Shavasana, we're going to go ahead and do some leg stretches in the cocoon. To prepare. So sweetie, just because we're going to be walking around, let me put these on the table for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just in case. Anything else? Does everybody feel open? Anything else you need before we drop in? Good? Any requests? You guys are doing great. Sometimes it's nice. Huh? Can I get a water bottle? Please, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you need.